And so then more actively began talking to, I researched various centers in Europe and in the United States. Arizona and Nevada seem to have more centers than anywhere else. I called Oasis of Health. I spoke to Clotilde on many occasions, had email correspondence, was able to talk to the doctors here as well on Skype and over the telephone. And I did that with a number of clinics. I had prepared this sheet that went through all of the possible alternative treatments, went through all of the intravenous treatments, went through all the mind-body therapies, went through the ozone, went through absolutely everything that was being offered everywhere in the world, I think, and did a comparison, because that was my grad student taking over. And I was impressed with the openness of the people who I spoke to on the telephone and the consultations that I had. In reviewing everything, my decision to come to Oasis was twofold. One, I had a good feeling. My communication with Clotilde, I felt understood. And the second part of it was that Oasis, in terms of my research, offers the most comprehensive, holistic, integrative program that is out there. They really are able to provide people who come here with the experience of the medical care, all of the diagnostic testing, all of the markers are done, your blood work is done regularly, your condition is monitored. So you get what felt to me to be the best of the medical attention, as well as the lifestyle, the mind-body components of treatment as well. So there's the diet, there's the nutrition classes, there are the lifestyle classes, there are the therapies that address your body, there are the therapies that address you psychologically and talk about all of the impacts and the imprints of all of our experiences that we've had to date. It became very clear to me that cancer is not a disease and not something to be just gotten rid of. It's important to, of course, to get rid of the cancer. However, there's a reason why each and every one of us, I believe, developed cancer. And in moving forward, part of this process that Oasis has helped with is to discovering why I developed cancer and what it is in my environment, in my psyche, in my spirit, and in my body that provided the right conditions for it to grow. And in moving forward, I now know what it is I need to do to ensure that it never comes back. It now seems almost that the easiest part is the getting rid of, and I don't mean to say that that's easy, but making sure that cancer doesn't come back, I think is why most of us are here, because we don't want that in our lives. It's kind of seems simple to talk about that there's, you know, we're all experiencing living in a world that has an inordinate degree of, puts an inordinate degree of stress on our bodies and on our minds and on our spirits. There are environmental toxins, our food is depleted of nutrients, and our bodies carry the load of that. And in addition to carrying the load of that, our bodies carry the load of our lifetime of experiences and the stresses that we encounter day to day in relationships and work. And in order to move forward in a healthy way, I think those things need to be cleared. I love the outdoors, and I love to canoe in the wilderness, and I've often thought about my life at moments in time as a portage. And I don't know if anybody has portage, but it's with this really heavy pack on your back over difficult terrain, and the goal is just to get to the other side without dropping your load, and it's one step at a time. And it's part of the process of getting to the other side, but it's a really onerous process, and it's 1 foot at a time, and it almost feels like survival. And it's not thriving, it's not really living, it's just getting to the other side, carrying this enormous load. And in being here, it feels to me that that pack has been emptied along the way. It's been emptied of the toxins that were in my body. It's been emptied of the impacts and the imprints of experiences that I've been carrying with me that haven't allowed me to fully participate in life and to be fully myself. It feels that since being here, I have discovered capacities within me that I only would have hoped or dreamt that were possible before.